morning. Isn't it lovely? Now, this is going to have a sting in its tail because it's going to get cold in the next couple of days. But it does mean that we can get out in our greenhouses and start having a look around, having a tidy up, potting things on. Now, while you're out there, you might think that you're tempted to start pinching things like snapdragons. And I just want to give you a little bit of a science, little reminder why I personally am not pinching my plants at the moment. For the most part, we don't pinch autumn jump starter plants. The sweet peas, for example, we don't pinch those because that was the whole point of sowing them in the autumn. They were able to get into great big robust plants that branch all by themselves naturally to give us the longest stems. If you chop those first stems off, you're literally just taking away the first flowers. And you're not going to get any more flowers because they would have branched naturally throughout the season. We've got that head start. They're going to start flowering. They're going to start growing earlier. So we don't pinch our sweet peas at all. We allow them to branch naturally. You do pinch sweet peas if you sowed them in the spring and they didn't have long enough to start branching, and they could be then straggly, which is why we prefer the autumn ones anyway. So you do pinch the spring ones because you have no choice, but not the autumn ones. I've found during my years of trials that not all sweet pea varieties are as hardy as each other. The varieties that I have in my Grow Along seed shop are my tried and trusted favourites. So if you've got those, you should be okay. However, if for any reason whatsoever your sweet peas have gone a bit crispy, then don't worry. What I want you to do is, unless they've gone mouldy, in which case then you should snip out any mouldy bits, unless they've gone mouldy, if they've just gone a little bit crispy, I want you to leave them alone and let them recover. I have had sweet peas in the past. I mean, how do you think I know all this? I've done it wrong myself in the past. I've had them lose all of their leaves and still come back. So give them the benefit of the doubt, leave the crispy bits on, and then you can give them a nice trim up. Once the growth starts coming through and you can see where you are, you can give them a trim up and they should recover beautifully for you. Snapdragons, and I've got some here to show you. You know I do pinch snapdragons. However, if it's too early to sow snapdragons, it is too early to pinch snapdragons. Couple of reasons for it. Let's put this down so I can chat to you better. That tray was heavy. They are growing up strong. So the reasons I don't pinch my snapdragons just yet. Number one, we want maximum amount of foliage. The plants are still quite small, so we want maximum amount of foliage to photosynthesize. In number two, the quite low light levels. It is starting to come back. You can feel it and see it, can't you? Not quite there yet, nearly there. So I don't want to pinch them while the light level's a little bit lower. I want them to have maximum ability to photosynthesize on the leaves that they've got. Then number three, it is a lovely day today and I'm going to have a whole day in the greenhouse. I think it is still winter and there is a very cold spell on its way. Now with plants, when they get frost damage, if they do get frost damage, it tends to be on the very top. So it would make sense to leave the bit that you're going to pinch out in place because that will help protect the rest of the plant. And then finally, number four, pinching actively encourages the plant to grow, and that new growth will be much more tender than the foliage that's in place at the moment that's been around for months and is used to the cold. So that new foliage could come through, pinch out the top, that new foliage comes through, and then that gets burnt by late frost. So just leave them as they are. There's so much time yet. There is no hurry. Leave them as they are, let them chill out and find something else to do.